this match, yung kanyang efficiency. 2 straight points for Team Philippines. 2-0 lead here in the second set. As the Filipinas are showing a more relaxed outlook.
They're in good spirits, Coach.
And they're in very good shape. In terms of conditioning, makikita mo, quicker, faster, and the cohesion is very visible para dito sa ating mga national players.
Yung recovery, Coach, grabe. Broken play pero naitawid pa rin papunta sa Vietnam side. Gonzaga na naman, and Jubilin Gonzaga breaks down the wall.
Joey Gonzaga answering the call of duty. Alam mo, hindi lang magaling na malalaro, kundi isang tunay na sundalo itong si Gonzaga. Over the course of her recovery from an ACL injury, throughout the many question marks that surrounded the back of her mind, she is now a national player once again, looking to reward the country with a medal after finishing out of the podium for the longest time. First point for Vietnam.
And because there are only 4 participating nations, every match is important. Most especially this first one. Philippines had to recover just to get it back to the Vietnamese side. T4 gets roofed.
And now the Philippines understanding that without T4, with T4 shackled, we have a better chance of keeping the production of Vietnam to a minimum. And Baron, she pointed out, shadows, marks, and executes that offensive block to give the Philippines another 3-point lead. Make that a 4-point cushion, and the first service ace of this match coming from Molina. Molina also had a fiery start for Team Philippines.
Ces Molina, Tubong Nueva Ecija, a product of San Beda University. She even played in the first ever NCAA All-Star game last week.
Last week lang, no?
Good start for the Philippines here in set number 2, but Vietnam trying to recompose themselves. This is a team that is ranked 36th in the world. So at no point in this match can we relax and underestimate their capabilities.
Right. This communication between Eliza Valdez and Rhea Dimaculangan, and that offense will lead to a defensive stop for Vietnam in its 3rd point of the second set.
And a good read by Kat Arado. Arado is yung mga nagde-debut na manlalaro natin sa Pilipinas dito sa volleyball. Doing well, ha? Kat Arado showing no jitters whatsoever.
Malaking bagay na ang daming nanonood at yung mga nanonood kampi sa'yo. And probably making its debut in the Southeast Asian Games, but in terms of being a national player, there are no newbies to this kind of pressure.
Combination play mula sa Vietnam.
Yes.
Now Wang gets involved. Meron siyang 3 puntos dito sa second set.
And I believe that was the first activation of the middle hitter for Vietnam all match long. Well, let's see if the Philippines will be able to take that away likewise from Vietnam. 3-point lead for the Philippines at 7-4 here in the second set.
Dimac Tumaranyo, her first running attack attempt of the match.
Very short takeoff for Abby Maranyo. She got the result that she desired. 4-point lead, first technical timeout. Team Philippines still ahead. This because of the preparation and scouting, of course, of our opponent. And right now, after winning the first set at 25-21 and a very good opening of the second set to build an early lead, the Philippines still ahead by 3 points at 8-5, even after that service error was committed by Jovi Gonzaga.
One of the busiest players in the world of volleyball. T4 import for Japan, been a national team player for Vietnam since she was 17, 2014. Running attack na naman para kay Abby Maranyo, na depensahan ni Nguyen.
Hindi sumama yung isang blocker doon sa pakagat sa misdirection. That isolation play turned out to be an offensive block for Vietnam. Alyssa Valdez announcing her re-entry. Decisive. And look at the bullet go down for Alyssa Valdez, giving the Philippines another 3-point lead. Hindi makulangan. That misdirection once again. Yan yung constant na nakikita natin. You have Baron, you have Maranyo. Makapakagat ka lang ng isang blocker, napakalaking bagay na ang single blocker na matitira kaysa double block na babantay.
Maranyo. D-Mac. Binigay kay Molina. Regalo para kay Abby. Pero naka-recover ang Vietnam. Abby wants it. Gets it. Nothing there. Middle attack mula sa Vietnam. Molina with a looper. When again. Another long rally. T4.
Back row play for T4. That's how lethal and potent T4 is. Can hurt you from all over the floor. A back row play that looks like an attack from the front line. That's how long and good T4 is.
Meron ng 8 puntos si T4. Maranyo. They're going to her a lot here in the second set, at least in the early goings. D-Mac goes back to Molina, cross court. Nguyen. Pancake by Jovelyn Gonzaga. Running attack. And Bui is able to score para sa Vietnam.
And what we're seeing right now is anytime there is a long rally, doon nakakakuha ng puntos ang Vietnam. Pag short rallies, normally in favor of the Philippines. It was a running hit, a slight play delivered by Vietnam. And now it's not just T4 scoring for Vietnam. In set number 2, making it more difficult for Team Philippines to defend the offense of Vietnam.
Valdez from the back row.
High play coming from Alyssa Valdez. And not too many players will have that ability to score from the back row. But look at the takeoff of Alyssa Valdez. Perfect form, perfect delivery. No one home for Vietnam.
Running attack na naman para kay Bui. Bumalik ang bola sa Vietnam. It's a back row attack from T4.
We must do a better job defending zone 6. Hindi mo naman maililihis. That has to be a direct hit.
So after the Philippines created a little separation sa pagsisimula ng set na ito, Vietnam coming to within 1, but an error from their setter.
And because we started out well, even if Vietnam has made its first uprising where you were still able to protect a 1-point lead earlier before that service error came from the playmaker of Vietnam to restore a 2-point lead for the Philippines.
Drop ball para kay Bui.
Good save by Makandili.
Again, they go to T4.
And again, she attacks Alyssa Valdez. That's the third back row play for T4.
And she becomes the first player in this match to reach double digits.
As expected. We asked the question earlier, can she sustain it? She's answering that question so far in favor of Vietnam. Double block against Molina.
Baron just had to get it across. T4 now at her favorite spot.
The Philippines has to convert because in transition, T4 will be there. 4-point lead has evaporated, tied at 11. The first deadlock here in the second set. Attacking the smaller blocker, and T4 rejoicing in that last scoring explosion.
D-Mac to Baron.
They needed that. Team Philippines with a very good reception, enabling Di Maculangan to activate her middle hitter, and Baron delivers.
And this is where composure will come into play.
And cohesion, of course.
The Philippines knowing that T4 will try to put her team on her back, has that momentum, can't be rattled. Valdez, drop ball.
Well read by Vietnam.
T4 again. Makatili will have to give up that very high free ball to Vietnam. Running attack. And that will go out para kay Bui.
Looking for a check ball, none given. 2-point lead for the Philippines at 13-11. So far,
challenge on the call by
staying in front
Vietnam. Block touch.
all throughout the second set up to this point of the match. Up to this point of the set, rather.
So the video challenge is for a block touch. This is Bui Thi Nga.
Ladies and gentlemen, the challenge was successful.
That's huge. A successful challenge
Right.
by Vietnam.
Yeah, first challenge here in the second set. Alam mo, meron din silang successful challenge dun sa unang set. They've utilized that review to their advantage. Tied at 12, looking for their first taste of the lead.
With the pass, D-Mac with the toss to Valdez. When able to absorb that hit properly, Di Makulangan, pinalik kay Valdez.
So used to being the go-to player, Valdez has always embraced pressure. That's the reason why she's so well loved by the Filipinos. Liza Valdez scoring a critical point, restoring a 1-point lead for Team Philippines.
D4.
She's played better here in the second set. She scored a lot doon sa ating unang set, but most of those points came in the early part of the first set. Here in the second set, when they were down, when they needed her the most, she has supplied majority of the offense for Vietnam.
Had 7 points in that first set, 5 already here in set number 2.
Ooh.
A joust at the top. Lumaban si Gonzaga.
Good
at
recovery.
Patuloy na lumalaban para sa bayan.
And Di Makulangan once again on point. Earlier it was Valdez, now it's Jovi Gonzaga, 2 of the leading scorers for the Philippines, who continue to be in top form. It's Jovi Gonzaga looking for divine intervention to try and push the Philippines to a 2-set lead over Vietnam. Vietnam fighting hard here in set number 2.
Figuring in a joust against T4.
Again, that misdirection opening up T4. Vietnam moving better here after a slow start. Tied at 14 once more.
6 points for T4 here in this set.
Pero dito may opening. May opening na nakukuha. Being isolated means a lot for T4. Hard to stop T4 on single coverage. Characteristic service error for the top player of Vietnam was been the biggest thorn on the Philippines defense throughout this match.
Liza Valdez gets that one in. Nothing there for Nguyen. Di Makulangan. Back to Molina. A chance for Vietnam. Nguyen.
So far, what we are seeing from Vietnam is that they're able to handle the Philippines' net defense much better. And that wall was slow to close. Vietnam finding the seams, the net defense of the Philippines, tied at 15 once more.
Back row.
Drop.
What a save there by Nguyen.
And a miss for Vietnam. Had the right intention. Tried to go to zone 5. But would not connect. 1-point lead. Nananatili para sa Team Philippines.
There is a challenge on the
Pero may challenge, Coach Ronnie. Challenge na naman.
touch.
So it's a block touch challenge by Vietnam. Really making the most of these challenge opportunities.
And that's
Ladies and gentlemen, a challenge.
another successful challenge. Winners day.
Malinaw. So it will be Vietnam heading into this technical timeout.
First taste of the lead for Vietnam here in the second set.
That's right, Coach. Leading the Philippines 16-15.
Philippines.
We talked about her being the big difference for the Vietnamese women's volleyball team.
Literally she is.
But now her teammates are helping her out.
A lot. That's the reason why it's harder for us to defend Vietnam.
Especially this girl right here, si
Correct.
Bui.
At saka kung hindi pumupunto sa diretsong point of attack,
For the Philippines,
napapatunayan niya dun sa mga challenge na kinukuha nila sa review na tama siya. And she's the second leading scorer, most probably for Vietnam in this match.
You're right.
Vietnam with a 2-point lead, their biggest lead after being down by 4 to start the second set.
A lot of back row attacks for Eliza Valdez here in this set, Coach.
Kasi bantayado na itong sila Gonzaga. Even Molina is finding it tough to score. Now, because of Vietnam's attacking ways here in set 2, we're not able to get that ball to our middle hitters as much as we did in the initial set.
Nguyen running attack for Bui. That one goes out.
No challenge for Vietnam. And the Philippines dodging a bullet. No blockers inside. But Vietnam will not convert. 2 straight points for the Philippines, tied at 17.
Oh! Pat almost getting an easy point para sa Pilipinas. Nguyen. Sayang.
Lost opportunity for Team Philippines. Vietnam quick to react. Ang ganda na sana yung timing dito ni Maylin Paat. And then the pancake once again, keeping that ball up and in play and in transition. Vietnam will build another solitary point cushion or lead at 18-17. Seesaw battle is what we're seeing after a very quick start by the Philippine team.
Arado with her own version of a pancake save. Arado again.
2 in a row for Kat Arado.
Paat.
Ooh!
Gonzaga has to improvise from the back row. A chance for Vietnam when blockers were there. D4.
And again, you go back to that lost opportunity for Majoy Baron. And Vietnam.
Look at the effort.
Timeout, Philippines.
Talagang binibigay ang buong puso.
Ito yung pinupunto ko, Anton, pag humaba yung rallies, pumapabor sa Vietnam.
Importanteng timeout mula kay Coach Shaq de los Santos. Coach Shaq de los Santos has been our national team head coach since June 5, 2018.
Raising the challenge. As we pointed out, let's take a look at Pasig City Mayor Vico Soto, together with Richard Gomez and Lucy Torres Gomez. Alam mo, hindi madali yung tinataak na landas ni Coach Shaq. We are also praying that he's able to lead the national players to a very good finish in the 30th Southeast Asian Games that the Philippines will have tough. 1-point lead for Vietnam.
Substitution.
Maganda dito, Coach Ronnie. Lahat ng mga pinapasok ni Coach Shaq de los Santos ay gumagawa ng impact. Maylin Paat scored 3 points in the first set, just scored a point there. Now it is the turn of Gia Morado.
We've always known that Vietnam will make a run. The important thing is how to respond to the run of Vietnam and how to regain the lead against Vietnam's second win here in this second set.
Quick attack para kay Baron.
A better possession for Team Philippines. When we're not scrambling, when we are in the correct position, the rhythm is there. Pag nawala, pag na-distort yung offensive pattern, nahihirapan tayo pumalo.
Nguyen. Solid blocking at the top of the net by Gonzaga and Baron. And what a reaction by Don Macandili, seeing that Morado was also there to dig it up.
Once again, Vietnam attacking Alyssa Valdez. Morado and Macandili trying to man the floor defense for Team Philippines. Look at that play coming from Macandili. But on the return play, once again, Vietnam with a cross-court winner.
Macandili stepping on the brakes just in time.
Parang contortionist na lumabas si Don Macandili ron. Sa hirap para buhayin lang yung bola. Infraction called against Gia Morado. 2.8 for Vietnam. 8 here in set number 2.
Coach Shaq calls another timeout. It's important in these moments to stay positive. And quickly forget about those errors. (21) para sa Vietnam, 19 para sa Pilipinas here in set number 2.
Just when you think that you're in control, Vietnam suddenly comes back alive and is in a very good position. Try and equalize the set count at 1 set apiece. Pinakamalaking kalamangan hawak ng Vietnam ay 3-point lead at 22-19. The Philippines needing to regroup, needing to fight back.
And the crowd here at the Phil Sports Arena trying to energize our squad. Morado.
This hit coming from the Philippines as Gonzaga fails to connect. Vietnam a point away from its first set point of the match. Well, kung pupunta ka rito sa venue, kailangan lupusin mo na. Hindi lang para makita mo yung mga national players natin up close. Tumulong ka na. At hindi ganun kadalas nangyayaring Southeast Asian Games sa ating bansa. Was that an ace for Vietnam?
Inilaga ni Alyssa eh.
Substitution for the Philippines. Number 7 out, number 6 says Molina in.
Molina coming in from Mylene Paat.
So it was out. Good read by Alyssa.
Excellent read coming from the pride of Batangas, Alyssa Valdez. 3-point lead for Vietnam.
T4.
Grabe. Hindi lang siya mahaba at matangkad eh. Ang bilis ng vertical. And it's so hard to defend. T4 was played doubly better, even harder compared to her already impressive first set performance. 4 set points for Vietnam here in set 2.
She already exceeded her points in the first set with 8 points here in set number 2. And here she is, T4. Another chance for the Philippines. Gonzaga. Ayaw pang bitawan ang set na ito.
Gonzaga saves 1 of 3 set points for Vietnam.
Timeout, Vietnam.
And now Coach Nguyen Tuan Kiet calls a timeout. is just a beautiful sight.
Non-stop cheering.
Substitution for
See
Vietnam.
a jam-packed arena support our national team athletes who we do not see what happens behind the scenes, but we know they are shedding a lot of blood, sweat, and tears para lang sa ating minamahal na bansa. T4. Paron gets this rally to continue. Valdez.
Check ball. Valdez, Gonzaga keeping the Philippines alive. And these are the two players from the Philippines who also helped out the Philippines immensely in that success in the first set win at 25-21. 2-set points saved by the Philippines so far against Vietnam.
T4 will try to close the set. Not yet. Morado to Valdez, who breaks down the wall.
Morado has taken over the spot of Rhea de Maculangan. Look at the eruption inside the Field Sports Arena. Lead down to 1 for Vietnam. 3-set points
Timeout,
saved for the
Vietnam.
Philippines.
And those were two T4 hits that were stopped, Coach
Correct.
Ronnie.
Which we were not able to do in the midpoint of the second set, and that's why the momentum shifted. Vietnam tied it and eventually led the Philippines, posting a 4-point cushion, the biggest lead for Vietnam here in the set until Eliza Valdez and Jovi Gonzaga combined for the last 3 points of the blue shirts.
At si
Morado,
T4 na coach na nagsalita dun sa huling huddle.
baka humingi na siya kung paano bibigyan dito sa parating na bola ng Pilipinas.
And here she is again. And still can't close the set. Panibagong pagkakataon para sa Pilipinas, but they give up a free ball. T4 again. And Paron doing a great job on defense. Ooh!
3 chances for Team Philippines to extend the second set. T4 was defended, but
There is a
Vietnam will not be
challenge
faced.
call by the Philippines. Net fault.
There's a challenge coming from Team Philippines and an impossible net fault against Vietnam.
A gallant stand by the Philippines. Sending up a prayer. But will it be answered here at the end of this set? Let's take a look at it. Net touch ang challenge dito. Wow, that is razor close. Whew.
The challenge was unsuccessful. Vietnam takes set
Lambot
number
naman ng mga
2, 25-23.
Hindi
They now
nagalaw.
tie this match at 1 set apiece.